everybody. So I'm going to run you through my personal mathography. So, whoops. Um, so my math story, in elementary school, I didn't really care about math. It was fine. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I didn't really have very strong feelings. It was whatever, no big deal. Everything changed though in middle school. So in middle school, what happened was in 7th grade, we had to take a test. And that test determined if you got into like the advanced class or the not advanced class. And that basically destroyed me. I was a super nerd. Shocking, I'm sure. And when I didn't get into the advanced class, it felt like a huge blow. Like I felt like my whole identity was challenged. I wasn't sure what was good or what was bad anymore. And it was really tough. So in middle school, things took a dive. And because I didn't get into the advanced class, I basically thought, to heck with math. I don't need it. It doesn't need me. I hate it. And so throughout most of high school, I got through what I had to get through, but I didn't do a lot of math. I didn't like it. It didn't make me happy. I kind of hated it, but I gritted my teeth and was done with it. I took one class in college of math, and that was it. I was actually a history major. Don't worry, we'll get to the part where I actually do know math. But I hated it. And a couple years after college, I ended up in the Republic of the Marshall Islands, which if you can picture like Hawaii and Japan and Australia, it's like smack dab in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And while I was there, my job was to help my students learn English. Because in order to go to high school there, you have to pass a test. If you don't pass the test, you don't go to high school. And so in order to go to high school, they had to pass a test in Marshallese, which is their native language, in English, which is why I was there, and in math. And my students asked me for help with math, and I was like, no, that sounds terrible. I don't want to do it. But I did end up helping them because that's what they needed, and I was their teacher. And I remember very clearly the day that everything changed with math. And it was this silly thing. It was the formula for the area of a triangle. And the formula, in case you are not remembering right now, the area is equal to 1/2 times the base times the height. And the way that I learned math, I basically was told, shut up, don't ask questions. Like, here's the formula, plug in the numbers, and just get an answer. And I thought that was stupid because, of course, it is stupid. And what happened this day was that I tried to teach my kids that way. And I said, 1/2 base times height, that's how it is. And they said, that's stupid. Why is that the case? And I said, I don't know. It just is. And a kid went up and drew this rectangle around it. And you could see that, oh my gosh, this blue triangle is totally taking up half of the space. And I was totally okay with the fact that base times height was the area of a rectangle. And I was like, oh my God, wait a second. Are all of these formulas supposed to mean something? And I was off to the races. It was the first time that I'd really thought that there might be things. So when I was in the Marshalls, first I hated it. And then my mind was blown by this. And I came back to the US. I took 9 math classes at the U of M in 1 year. It was awesome. It was the best year of my life. And then now I'm a math teacher. And now I spend most of my free time doing math. I absolutely love it. And I still routinely have my mind completely blown by something or other. So if you are a student who hates math, please know I remember that really, really well. If you're a student who loves math, boy, am I there. It's totally fair. Yeah, and I want to hear kind of where you guys are. And it is okay if you tell me, Miss Perkins, I hate math. I want nothing to do with it. I'm sorry about the nothing to do with it. Like, we're going to do math this year, but it will help me do a better job for you if I know where you're coming from. And if you have always loved it, that's great. And if you're kind of like changing your feelings, that's okay too. The more information I have, the better I can do for you as your teacher. So if you want to write your mathography, go ahead and write it. If you want to make a video like this, cool. If you want to draw a picture and kind of narrate that for me, also fine. Whatever works for you. I just want a solid idea of kind of where you're sitting with math. And let me know if you have any questions.